Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here once again looking ahead to today's Sunday slate for the 27th of December. As you guys all saw, I did skip yesterday. I was just so drained mentally just with being with family and having the whole day of Christmas and obviously all day of NBA. So, yeah, took a day off. I didn't get up until like 10:30, 11, and that was only going to give like 5 hours for the video. So, yeah, took it off. Hopefully, you guys all did pretty good last night. Wasn't too bad for us. Pretty high scoring for sure. Anyway, let's go look at the 25th real quick. We did not get to do a video yesterday, so here's the recap. Our main slate was terrible. I mean, it was one of the worst main slates I've seen, not just for me, but in general. A lot of those guys, all the main guys, just sucked on Christmas, and it was a lot of blowouts too. So, not a good one, unfortunately. We had Jimmy Butler as a GPP, and he didn't do great, unfortunately because he got hurt. But anyway, our 150 lineups were pretty solid once again. We did pretty good. As you see here, only entered 40, and I think came in second, fourth place overall. So yeah, not too bad. Very profitable once again for our 150 lineups for single game. So would love to have you guys come join us for that. Last night for the 26th, we did not do single game because the contests were just not too great. So we did the after hour slate, which was a two gamer. And we did not do too bad. I think the top score in the $7 was a 402, and I think we had a 399 or a 400 was our top score. We had like three or four of them at 390 to 400. So once again, it was a pretty good one for our 150. If you would enter maybe some smaller ones at 399 or 400, 401, definitely could have took down for sure. So yeah, definitely would love to have you guys come join us. Main slate came up just short in tournaments by like 3 points or 4 points. And then I think it may have cashed in double ups. I'm not sure, but we were just like one guy off. We had a pretty good picks. Just one guy. I think Buddy Hill screwed us, but that was mostly it. So yeah. Overall, still not doing too bad. Would love to have you guys come join us. All you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter, and we'll definitely get you signed up. Like I said, we have month or season available, and we have two separate passes for you, main or the 150. So definitely come join us. So let's get into it. Pretty big slate, so we're gonna go through it pretty quickly. There's a couple question marks, and I'll definitely go through mention them throughout the slate. So we got Brooklyn, Charlotte. Back to back for Charlotte here. I'm expecting this one to be a blowout. Brooklyn has looked dang good, man. Even against Boston, a really good team. They're just blowing the heck out of these guys. Even in preseason, besides Washington, just blowing people out. So once again, I don't think they're going to play a ton of minutes. I think this one should be a blowout. Hornets aren't playing too bad, but I mean they've faced OKC and Cleveland, two of the worst teams in the league, and they've lost to them. So yeah, I really don't have a lot. I mean, you could look at these guys in GPPs if you think they're going to do something, but also on a back-to-back, Charlotte also may be drained a little bit. So, I mean, I think Irving and Durant, they probably play 20, 30 minutes, probably hit just below value. But there's no reason, honestly, to target those guys unless in GPPs. If you think for some reason Charlotte's going to stay with them, but yeah, I'm not going to pay 9,400 for Irving. That might play 30, 32 minutes here. The only guy that I'm kind of looking at is Karis LeVert. He was terrible against Boston. Still, look at his usage rate: 33 and 36. Shot 5 for 8. Still, he could get some garbage time here, as you saw he did against Golden State. So, yeah, he also might go out there and just shoot the ball, 17 times again if they are up. So, LeVert, yeah, solid option in a GPP tournament. I don't mind Jared Allen. I got him at 24. It's just too high, but his minutes just aren't really there. And like I said, they don't really need him a ton. So, and he's been really solid in his in his two games that he's played limited minutes. But I'm just not going to put him too much up higher because it definitely is a GPP. Bialbo should start again. He's okay. I don't have him for a ton. But yeah, like I said, that's strictly for me a GPP game. Orlando, Washington, obviously these two just played yesterday. Westbrook probably not going to play. Him and Bertans probably are not going to play in this one. So I have them two X'd out. I think Ish Smith probably going to start for him. We'll have to see. Ish played a little bit last year. And some of these games was with Beal, some of them were without him. But as you see, for the most part, it's a little bit different team. But he was still, um, when he did start, he was half decent, could get you 23, 24 points. So yeah, once again, I don't mind him here. Like I said, I think Westbrook should be sitting. Doesn't play a ton of minutes, but Cole Anthony, 20 and 22 in limited minutes, so he's looking half decent. I don't mind a little bit of Marquez Fultz, 32 is what I got him at. He's been looking not bad either. So for only 5,900, you can look at him. Really like Beal. I don't think he's gonna sit, but if for some reason he does, then obviously we'll change it up. But he should play here and looking pretty solid. Terrence Ross as well. Shots looking pretty good. Usage rate solid as well. He is a shooter though, so that's the only thing I'm worried about. But as we know, Washington defense is not that great, so I don't mind looking at him. Evan Fournier and maybe Avila, I think that's how you say his name. He got in foul trouble, and he's not really shooting the ball at all. He might get a couple more shots without Westbrook here. So he's worth a look, maybe 18, 19 as a GPP play. If Bertans is out and for some reason Troy Brown is in the starting lineup, I think he could be worth a look, maybe 23, 24. Gordon, they're monitoring his minutes, so he might get limited minutes again, or maybe even a rest. We'll have to see. And Vuk, solid option. Bryant, don't mind him either. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. San Antonio and New Orleans, 228. New Orleans by 5. So yeah, man, San Antonio's playing a lot faster. They got some really young kids out there, and as you see, they're putting up a ton of points, but also giving up a ton of points as well. So it is a back to back. But guys like Murray, Keldon Johnson, some of these young kids, I think they're good to go. 60, not 6,500. My goodness. Patty Mills at 4K could be worth a look. His minutes are interesting, maybe 21, 22 minutes here. Yeah, he's definitely worth a look. 18 or 25. So I don't mind looking at him. 8 for 9 and 5 for 11. So shooting overall, even in preseason, has not been bad. So he's definitely worth a look. DeRozan, I do like him. I'm just worried about the minutes for some reason because Popovich is Popovich. Walker's worth a look. Ingram, like I said, if we get word, we probably won't get word, but I'm hoping that San Antonio is going to play their guys' normal minutes here, and if they do, it could be competitive. The only thing I am really worried about is San Antonio could come out dry here and just get blown out. But we'll have to see. But yeah, Ingram worth a shot. Keldon Johnson for sure will be popular. Definitely like Zion. Not into Aldridge at all. And then Adams is definitely worth a look here. So a little bit of Zion, a little bit of Ingram, Keldon, Murray, both definitely worth a look for sure. And then we got Philly and Cleveland. It's only a 6 spread, but this game I think went to double overtime. So Detroit might be a little Cleveland might be a little tired once again. Most of these guys are pretty young. Love, I don't expect to play. It is a back-to-back, and he's still getting into it. If he does play, he does. If he doesn't play, Larry Nance is definitely worth a look again. Not too in the Drummond. Same thing with Joel Embiid. I know it's literally the third game of the season, but I'm not really going to, chance it too much. Usually back-to-backs, Joel Embiid doesn't play, so definitely keep that in mind. If he does play, it may be worth a look. I think Philly could beat them by about 10 to 12 here. So if he does play, he could be worth a look. If for some reason they do rest Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris is almost a lock, and definitely don't mind a little bit of Seth Curry, and also a little bit of Ben Simmons as well. Curry looking pretty solid at only $4,500. Don't mind him. Yeah, another guy, like I said, this is just if you're doing 150 lineups. Chetty Osman, not looking bad, 18 to 26 minutes. Even in preseason, dude looked pretty good. So a guy nobody will have, definitely worth a look for sure. And I think that's mostly it. Yeah, like I said, the news that I just said, keep that in mind if Joel Embiid is out. Milwaukee, New York, another blowout I don't have a ton of. Giannis only got him at 52 because he could only play about 28 minutes. The only guy maybe is Bobby Portis, could get some garbage time minutes. Alec Burks could be worth a look off the bench. Yeah, that's it. If you think it's going to be close, look at Giannis and also look at Middleton. Boston, Indy, 222, and Boston by 2. So this one could be a little bit better. Back-to-back here for Indiana. But for the most part, they didn't really play their starters a ton of minutes, so they should be fresh-ish here. So this one should be a little bit more competitive. Brogdon only played 29 minutes, but still looked pretty good. So definitely worth a look. Another guy worth a look in 150 lineups, maybe in like 4 or 5% is TJ McConnell. Doesn't Another guy that doesn't really play a big minutes, but he can go off in small spurts. So definitely worth a look there. Not really too into Oladipo or Smart here. Brown worth a look. Warren, he had one good game coming back from an injury. Another guy, Sabonis, coming back from injury. If he plays, I like him. Like him over Tatum here. And that's mostly it in that area there. All right, Golden State, Chicago, finally a maybe competitive game. Both these teams have been absolute crap to start the year. Both these teams' shooting has been terrible. Curry, he's got to be a lock. $8,300. I mean, come on now, he'll be very popular. Just the reason why he's been dropping in his price is because the games haven't been competitive. Two big blowouts. Finally, a team that they could maybe compete with here. So yeah, love him. Same thing with Kobe White and Zach LaVine. They have been absolute trash, but they're still shooting the ball. Like I said, Chicago, they've also been blown out for the most part. But finally get another team that's just as good as they are. So, yeah, hopefully LaVine and Kobe and Curry could all come back here. Like I said, their prices are very dang cheap, so I don't mind taking a shot with them for sure. Another guy, Wiggins, could potentially go off. He's still shooting a ton, just not hitting too many, but like I said, not a good defense here, so maybe get you about 34-35 in this one. Green's coming back, so that kind of hurts Marquise Chris. Still like James Wiseman, should start alongside Draymond, so I do not mind Wiseman, and he's still pretty cheap for sure. If for some weird reason he doesn't start, I'm not going to play him, but I'm pretty sure he's going to start for sure. Phoenix to Sacramento. Once again, these two teams just played last night, and it was really low scoring, but kind of high scoring for a couple guys in fantasy points. So 89-88, I expect a little bit higher in this one, so I don't mind going back to Fox and Paul. Paul's a little iffy with me. He still only played 28 minutes, so that's the only thing I'm worried about with Chris Paul. Was very productive, but the minutes, for sure, even on a back-to-back, should be interesting. Booker, man, he's just, I don't know what's going on. He's starting the year just not doing the greatest here. Fantasy points wise, he's still scoring 22 and 22 in his first two here, but 8 and 7 turnovers, man, that's really hurting him quite a bit. So I got him at 37. Buddy, maybe worth a look. He's really score dependent though. Don't love, but I really do like Mikal Bridges. He's been solid for sure. Harrison Barnes, another guy that's been coming along pretty good. I don't mind him. Fantasy Cruncher hasn't updated completely on the late games, so the 22 is definitely not right. But yeah, Harrison Barnes been looking pretty solid as well. Jay Crowder could be worth a look in this one. Bagley, I don't really have too much of a him. Another guy coming back from an injury, so they may limit his minutes. If for some reason Bagley's out, Whiteside and Holmes definitely come into play, and I'm not really too into Ayton here. Last but not least, Minnesota and the Lakers. And, yeah, this one probably not going to get word on AD. As we know, he is game time decision. This article right here literally just sums it up. Basically, it says Lakers are trying to find an excuse to rest Davis and LeBron. Obviously, management here. Because they had the shortest offseason. So definitely don't be surprised if Davis sits. It is a first game of a back-to-back for him, so he either sits today or tomorrow. And I literally could see Davis sitting today, James playing, and then tomorrow Davis playing, LeBron sitting. Definitely could see that for sure happening. But definitely keep an eye on that. But as normal, Lakers usually don't say anything until game time. So, yeah, if you still have a power forward position open for some reason at that time, maybe they gave it a little earlier. Kuzma definitely is worth a look. Harrell in play. James becomes in play if he plays. So yeah, definitely depending on Davis, but Kuzma for sure should be in play. Towns not too high on him, could be a blowout, so I don't want a ton of him. I do like Montrez and a little bit of Dennis Schroeder as well. So that's kind of what we got going on. Like I said, these were just my base projections that I just came up with, just putting in stuff. So let's see what it shoots out for you. All right, that obviously I gotta go get everyone here. So overall, like I said, as I mentioned, there's going to be a couple interesting. Are these guys going to sit? Or are they not going to sit? I know it's early on in the season, but like I said, Westbrook, Davis are the main guys, and maybe Joel Embiid sits just because that's what he does. All right, so let's see what the top lineup spits out: Curry, Smith, Beal, Zach, Kelly, Karras, Zach LaVine. Oh my goodness, Zion, Jay Crowder, and Vujovic. So, like I said, if he starts, definitely a solid play. I know Levine's been trash, but as I mentioned, he's facing another bad defense, so he could be worth a look. Kelly, he's not a must-have. 6K is not looking bad though. Maybe change him up. I'll have a little bit of him, but definitely not one of my favorite small forwards. Levert, like I said, he's kind of my dark horse at $5,800. I don't think a ton of people are going to have him, but if they blow him out, I think he gets a little bit extra run here against Charlotte, and as we know, we saw what he did against Golden State. Zion, solid. Crowder, I'll have a couple, but not a ton of him. And then I don't mind a little bit of Nikola Vukovic. So, yeah, that's mostly it. Like I said, you got Crowder. Not really, obviously, I don't have any of those guys. But as I said, if we get word for some reason 80's out early, Kuzma becomes very, very shocky. Um, like I said, I mean, I would definitely go Keldon Johnson over Oubre. I mean, I could probably put him up. I don't think it changes the projection any, but no, there you go. It puts in Kelly and adds Buddy. Yeah, probably not gonna go Buddy there, but and then there's Marquez Fultz as well. But yeah, I would definitely in a couple have Keldon Johnson over Kelly Oubre. And like I said, he's not on the projection on the optimal, but DeJounte Murray, another guy that I honestly do like. 44 and 36, pretty good usage rate, and should be a good one against the Pelicans. So definitely don't mind going to him either. So that is it. Like I said, if you guys want to come join us, all you need to do is hit us up on our Twitter. Like I said, on the 25th, our 150 was crazy good, and then obviously yesterday, on the 26th, we scored, like I said, a 399 or 400 in that ballpark. In the after hours, and like I said, winning was like a 401 or 402, something like that. So really good once again. Like I said, if you want to get in, check us out. We have our month or our season pass available for you for either main or our 150. Like I said, those are both separate. So definitely get in. We'd love to have you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure. So that is it. As normal, if you like the video, leave a like, appreciate it. Also hit that sub button for more NBA Fanduel lineup advice videos. So, all right, guys, hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. Watch some football, watch some basketball. And we'll see you guys here on Monday.